Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're good. I'm Thomas, this is Tech Productions, and you are watching my mock review of Ben Builds Lego's Disney World Skyline. This micro-scale architecture style build is the first of its kind, mock or official Lego set in my collection, so I'm really looking forward to reviewing it. As I'm sure I've harped on loads this month about the times I've been to Disney World and how special the memories that were made as a family there are to me, I wanted something in Lego to take me back and put a smile on my face when I look at it. So when I saw this mock on Rebrickable, the link is in the description, I thought it would be perfect for what I was after. Let's take a look and see if I was right. Walt Disney World in Florida includes 4 theme parks: Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and of course, Magic Kingdom. Each park has a main attraction that is instantly recognizable and is used throughout merchandising and promotions. Animal Kingdom has the Tree of Life, Epcot has the giant sphere that houses the Spaceship Earth ride, Hollywood Studios has the Tower of Terror, and Magic Kingdom is the home of Cinderella's castle. Ben Builds Lego uploaded the mock to Rebrickable in September 2019. On initial discovery, this looked ideal for a little Lego something to remind me of those times being at Disney World. The instructions for the build cost £5, and for mostly new parts bar a few rare or expensive pieces, it will cost around £85 to construct. Parts list can be uploaded straight to Bricklink from Rebrickable, which makes sourcing the parts a hell of a lot easier. The instructions are very easy to follow. They include which parts are used in each step in the top corner, as well as red lines around the pieces on the build to see exactly where they are placed. One step I did have a problem with is step 58, as you can't get that 1x2 Technic brick with 2 holes with the studs facing out. You have to flip it and have the studs facing inwards. Not a big deal as you can't see it from the front of the mock, but a heads up if anyone does build it. I really appreciated the facts that are scattered through the instructions for each park. It's a nice touch that makes you think about what you're building, which I really appreciated. So here is Ben Builds Lego's Walt Disney World Skyline mock. So at the left here we've got Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios over here on the right. So we'll just go through them one by one. Just tilt the camera down a little bit. So we've got Animal Kingdom over here, we've got the Tree of Life, we've got the Rhino there, which is pretty cool, made up of a minifigure leg, a minifigure hand, and a couple of studs. That's pretty cool technique, a pretty cool looking Rhino there. You got some just grass detailing. I think that's one of the nature trails that you can go through in Animal Kingdom. You got some water pieces there to signify the river, which I cannot pronounce, but the Kali River Rapids ride. So that's that, and going around the back here, we can see the rock, which I'm assuming is meant to be to signify Everest, but not 100% sure. So that's pretty cool there. That's a really cool ride at Animal Kingdom, so I really like that. And then here we have Epcot, and we have Spaceship Earth, which is the ride inside the big ball, which is the main attraction there. And you also have the Leave a Legacy plaques that you see as you walk into the park. There's some usually some floral designs on the way in, so that's really cool. Not too much to say about this. The sphere is pretty cool. One thing that is worth noting on the instructions, if I just take these off, this piece here actually says to go on that way, but it physically doesn't go. The piece is too long, so you've just got to turn that around. It doesn't really matter because it's out the back anyway, so you've just got to turn that around, and then that works fine. And then that sits on all those tiles there, some trees there and stuff, so that's nice. But yeah, that's Epcot. Just spin that around to the back as well. Not a lot to see there. Now the main attraction, Magic Kingdom. This is awesome. I'll tilt the camera back up so you can get the top here. So straight out the bat, the first thing that is a little bit of a problem is this is so loose because it's just on a Technic pin. So that bit's loose as it is, and then that little flower stud just sits on the top of that Technic pin. So this is really wobbly. You move it slightly, this does move. So I mean, it's not too bad for falling apart. It just rattles and it spins and stuff. So that's not great. But not the end of the world really. It's a display piece. You're not going to be moving it all too much anyway. So yeah, you've got Cinderella's castle. You've got Mickey the statue at the front there is meant to be Walt Disney, and then Mickey next to him, and then you've got the entrance up to Cinderella's castle. You've got the moat around the side. I really like how the moat is proper sort of covered over by the grass around the edges. I think that just looks really cool. If you can see that down the sides there, that looks really nice. The castle looks so good. I'm really impressed with the castle. There are some expensive pieces in here though. That white arch is quite an expensive piece, so that had to be bought used. The chisel, the gold chisel for one of the spires there, that only come in the Voltron set, so that's quite an expensive piece. But yeah, so that's and these blue slopes as well aren't cheap either. So yeah, so definitely one of the more expensive parts of the MOC. But yeah, even some detail along the back there with the masonry bricks. Yeah, it just looks really cool. Finishes it off very nicely indeed. So that's Magic Kingdom. And then last but not least, we've got Hollywood Studios, and we've got the Hollywood Tower of Terror. And you've also got Hollywood Boulevard here, some little stands. So that's really nice. The building does look really, really cool. This piece is a little bit wonky, but I mean, it kind of fits the aesthetic of Hollywood Studios and the Tower of Terror. That being a kind of spooky, decrepit, abandoned kind of hotel. So that's nice. That orange piece up there, if I remember correctly, it's like Chopper's head. That's quite an expensive piece. I think that was one of the parts that did get used as well. But the rest of the pieces, I think, from what I can think, are all new pieces. They're not too expensive. But this bit, Hollywood Tower of Terror, does have a bit of a feature. There is a lever here. You can pull that down, and then this drops. So if you've been on the ride, you know the significance of that. But I would just show you from the front. You can just about, I don't know if the light's going to catch it here, but you can just about see it going up and down. That's probably more so my hand. It's very, very minor detail, but a really nice detail nonetheless. One that you can only really appreciate from having the MOC in hand. Otherwise, yeah, you're not really going to see too much of it. But yes, I'll just pull that back up to the top, and you just pull the lever across, and that keeps it up there. Some nice detail down the side, some more glass windows, some more of the masonry bricks, just giving it that bit of detail. But yeah, that's the MOC. It sits together really nicely. Because of some of those expensive pieces, it does make it a very expensive MOC for what you are probably going to get out of it. I think maybe this was a little bit expensive for what I was kind of aiming for, but Ben Builds Lego does do a design that's got that's like a few studs less deep, and he's taken some of those more expensive pieces out. So there's a cheaper version. So if you are looking for something but you don't quite want that this front facade piece here along the front there, yeah, maybe that would be an option to go for. But nonetheless, I'm happy I've got it. It's pretty cool. It's going to sit on a shelf with all my other Lego Disney stuff eventually, and it just puts a smile on my face. It reminds me of all the times that I've spent at these parks, which is a lot over the years. So yeah, that's really, really nice. Yeah, and a nice kind of token to that, and a nod to all my holidays there. So yeah, overall, it's a really cool MOC. Did I get the money's worth for it? Probably not. But yeah, a cool MOC nonetheless. It's really cool to have a micro-scale Disney World MOC. It does look good, however, with it costing around £85 to build plus another £5 for instructions, I don't think I've got my values worth monetarily. Ben Builds Lego has designed a smaller version just focusing on the main part of each park, as well as removing all the more expensive pieces, which comes in at around £45. So if you're looking for something a bit cheaper, then maybe that would be the better option for you. It's going to make a cool display piece nonetheless, and it really does take me back to all those holidays in Florida, chirping all the Disney princesses. I'm Thomas, this is Tech Productions. Thanks guys, see you next time. Oh, if you've enjoyed this video, then how about clicking that subscribe button right here? Check out some other LEGO Disney content up there, or maybe you'd like something Star Wars related down here. See you next time.